Hi everyone, hi parents, hi children, hi everyone. This is teacher Anna and I welcome you to today's session. And today we are going to be discussing a very interesting topic. And today I'm not having any children around me. I have a teenager. And that's why I'm telling you today it will be interesting. And we'll be discussing about private parts. I know it's not a unit that is discussed by so many parents together with their teenagers, but from what is going around us, we can see so many teenage pregnancies, so many they are getting sexually abused. And the question is it that as parents, as caregivers, as teachers, could there be a mark that we are missing? Because, you know, even as for me, when I was growing up, this topic about sex has been so shameful. Actually, it's shameful. Even a program when the TV is airing a certain program, and maybe a lady hugs a man and something, it gets really nervous when you are with your parents, And I was asking myself, could this be the main reason as to why our children are going to get this information about sex outside there? And you see, when they get it outside there, we have no ability to dictate to what extent or how far should they know. Then I thought maybe it will be good if we discussed, if we made such topics, such names, like teaching my teenager or our teenager about the private parts, about the sexual abuse, about how to recognize a stranger, how to take care of their private parts, how much should they expose their private parts. I thought maybe if we took time with our teenagers to discuss such issues, maybe we will help a little bit. And I have Mary here with me. Mary, say hi.
Hi.
Of course, when I told her that we are going to be discussing this unit, I had to prepare her psychologically because she felt shy and I was asking her, if I were not the one teaching you, as your teacher, if you are discussing this unit with your peers, would you be shy? And she said no. And I told her it's important that we discuss these things as parents, as children, and it's high time we stopped like taking them to be shameful and take them to be educative, because either way, whether we teach them or not, whether we tell them the truth or not, they'll still get it anyway. Teenage is an age where they're exploring, they are curious, they are knowing a lot of things. And to get us started, we are going to have a short session discussing about our private parts. And today's discussion actually is not we call it teacher-centered. It is not teacher-centered. We are going to center on the teenage. Let's hear from their side. Maybe we are actually blaming our girls and our boys that they're engaging in this sexual abuse, drugs abuse, and such things. We are blaming the results, the repercussions, but maybe we never even taught them about the private parts, about how to take care of them. So today, welcome. Let's get started, and let's start from the very beginning. What are private parts? Now, coming to you, Mary. Our leading text will be coming from 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 3. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 3. Let me have Mary reading for us. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 3. That's our leading text.
Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel. Should I go on?
Yeah, this is okay. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward appearance of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold and of putting on of apparel. Adorning, as in, let it not be just the outward, like how we are seeing yourself, even how we are seeing you, even inside, what is inside. God is interested with even how we take care of our hearts, even how we take care of our parts that are not seen, because this part, it is only you who knows those parts, and it is only you who can take care of those parts. Extracting from this verse, that's where I came with the topic private parts. And now, Mary, coming back to you, From your own understanding, what do you understand by the word private? Generally, when I say this is my private glass, what do you understand by the term private?
Something personal.
Personal?
Yeah, something that should not be exposed to the public.
I love that. Say it again.
Something that should not be exposed to the public.
From her understanding, something private is something that should not be exposed to the public. It's personal, according to her. That's right. That's the real meaning of private. Now, applying this word private to our own bodies, what do you understand by the name private parts?
Personal parts.
Yes, private parts.
Personal parts.
Yeah.
Parts that should not be exposed to the public.
The parts that should not be exposed to the public. When I was a little girl, and I believe even you've gone through it, there's this song that our teachers used to teach us, like, these are my private parts. Do you know that song?
I know.
No, you should be knowing. Listen, when I was a small girl, there's this thing. I don't know if it still makes sense to our generation, but it was going like, these are my private parts, private parts, private parts. These are my private parts. No one should see them. No one should touch them. You've never heard that song?
It's familiar.
I'll teach you by the end of this session. And I'm wondering, does that song still make sense? Because I remember our teachers would make us touch our private part, like, these are my private parts. We would really touch all the private parts. And by then we would laugh, we would giggle, and you're like, oh, that's so shameful. But I understand it makes a lot of sense, yeah? So the private parts, you say that they are parts that should not be exposed to the public, yeah? And now that you're a girl, do you know your private parts? What are these private parts that you're a girl?
The boobs.
The boobs?
And
I know it's not uncomfortable. I know it's very uncomfortable, but yeah, this is the uncomfortability that I'm trying to bring out of you. You get, eh? So they're the boobs, the butts, and yeah, tell me. Tell me, the boobs, the butt, and
the
vagina. Parents, as you can see, already she's very shy because we are not used to mentioning these words to them. Like, being a girl, her private parts are 3. Girls have 3 private parts and boys have 2 private parts. For the girls, the private parts are the boobs, the breasts, the boobs, like your boobs, they're private. And then we have the buttocks, like the back side, your back side, and we have the front side where we have your vagina. It's no longer shameful to tell our teenagers these names. So we have said, let's start, we have the boobs, these are the breasts, the chest, the girl's front part, these are the boobs, these ones, the boobs. Then we have the back side, the buttocks or buttocks.
The
Buttocks, or they call it butt, whatever they call it, the back side, and we have the front side. This is the vagina, or the part that the vagina and your what, the part that you use to go for a short call. The front part is the vagina. For a girl, those are the 3 private parts. Coming back to you, Mary, how exposed should these parts be, the private parts?
They shouldn't be exposed.
They are private. They're private. But when I go to town, I see every kind of dressing. Like, there are these dresses that are young girls, and even some of us, the older girls, you put a dress that is so much down here, like a V that is coming close to here. Like literally, it's only the nipple that is inside the clothes. Otherwise, if I'll just come and do like this, I'll just bring it out, Do you think that is biblically, from what we've read and from what we've been discussing, from what you've told me that these are parts that should not be exposed, do you think that such kind of dressing are risky, or
it is not appropriate?
It is not appropriate. Thank you. Look at the camera and tell them that it is not
appropriate.
It is inappropriate. according to her and according to me as well. Like when you expose your cleavage, your breast, your boobs so much, number one, you are seducing people. You know what is to seduce?
It's actually seductive.
It's seductive, right? Like a man can just look at you and he wants to sleep with you. You know that, eh? But if you covered yourself, even if the man would get seduced, maybe he just has an evil mind, right? Higher. How about this part? How exposed should it be?
They shouldn't be exposed.
They shouldn't. But how come? I walk in town and I see girls with very, very short skirts that even if 1,000 shilling note fell down, she cannot bend. She cannot bend to take it. It's extra short. What's your take on that?
It is not okay.
It's not okay.
I know many girls are doing it, but it's not okay.
She knows. Look at the camera and be louder. She's saying, you know.
I know it's not okay. Many are doing it, but it's not fine.
Many girls are doing it, but it is not fine. Thank you. That's correct. The point that everyone else is doing short skirts doesn't make them appropriate. It is still wrong to expose your private parts, even though everyone else is doing it. Choose to be different. Now, Mary, I might not be wearing a short skirt, but I'm wearing a hipster, you know, like a very, very tight trouser. Is there any difference between whoever is doing a short skirt exposing and whoever is doing a tight skirt? Biblically, is there any difference, or which one is better than the other?
There is no difference. I feel like both are exposed.
Thank you. Whether you're wearing a short skirt that is exposing your private parts, or you are doing a tight trouser, like I can see directly, but you are exposing them indirectly because I can see your body, the shape of your body, just the way you are. She's telling me that both ways it's wrong. Now, someone once said, Mary, that good things, I know you've come across these points, that good things are found underground. Like good things are not just found, you know, even money. If you want to be rich, you must work hard, right? If you want gold, you mine deep under the ground. Like expensive and good things, valuable things are not found on the surface. You need to work out to get them. What's your take on how much we expose, like people expose, or we rather expose our private parts? Do you think we are devaluing ourselves, or we are making ourselves cheap? What's your take on that?
To some point, I feel like exposing your private parts is devaluing yourself as a girl.
Thank you. She's saying exposing your private parts is devaluing your value as a lady, as well as a man. Next time we are going to be having a discussion with a teenage boy, and we're going to hear from their side as boys. But from a girl's side, she's saying that exposing your private parts, you're making yourself cheap, and you know, one looks at you, they think you're just you're just there for sex, right? Seduction. You could actually be having a very good intention, but she's telling me that how you're dressed can communicate negative and bad information to people, and they're like, this girl is just after seducing, is just after, you get, eh? So as we come to a conclusion today, we were just answering a few questions. I'd like you to tell me, Mary, as a lady, how have you managed, or rather from the challenge that is there in our market, like girls think you can only be beautiful when you dress skimpily, like expose your boobs, expose your butt, like do a very tight dress, and they even expose your front, maybe do a hipster that is very tight and all that. From a verse here, 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 3, how difficult, or rather how have you made it in this society where everyone else is dressing badly? What are the challenges as a lady?
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge,
considering like it's been normalized, everyone is doing it, so there's that pressure to do it. But with God, everything is possible.
Amen. Amen. With God, everything is possible. And there's also this thing of feeling odd.
Yeah.
Like for example, when you go to a girl's setting and everyone is dressed so skimpily.
They think you're naive.
You're naive, you are old,
Yeah.
like you're not updated. As a Christian girl, how do you think you should approach it?
You shouldn't be scared.
You shouldn't be scared.
Yeah, you should stand firm on what you
Stand
believe.
firm on what you believe, right?
Yeah.
And pray so hard that you don't be, they don't fetch you like to their side.
Because it's very easy for them to do that.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you need to be grounded firmly in the word and knowing the real God that you serve. Otherwise, it's not easy to stand, eh?
It is not.
Thank you, parents. I hope you've learned something, and next time we are going to be having a more deeper conversation about our private parts and going on to with our teenage children. And the conclusion of today is that everyone has normalized like dressing badly, but she tells me that as a Christian girl, you can still be different, you can still stand with the word, and you can still say, don't be scared to tell them the truth. Till next time, follow me in my YouTube channel, watch, subscribe and share. Thank you, Teacher Anna. Goodbye.